Hi everyone, I have found this pretty heart in Millie Marotta Secrets of the Sea and thought we could have a little go at doing some of the elements from it. My idea for this heart is to do quite a few bits in the same colours so that it sort of ties together. Because when I look at a Millie Marotta picture like this, there's a lot of detail. It makes it quite difficult for me to quite make out what's going on. But if I take certain elements like the shells and colour them all in the same colour, then it brings it all together and I can pick elements out, and I like being able to do that. You may not like doing that in the same way, but that's what I'm going to do with this one. Now these shells is actually where we're going to start. I've decided, because it's a heart, it's pretty, it's Valentine's coming, I'm not going to make them brown or grey, which might be what I would normally be tempted to go with, but I'm actually going to go with some purples and pinks and nice colours like that, just to brighten up the whole thing. Why not? So every shell is going to be done in the same way. So I'm going to zoom in and show you one, and show you basically one of each element, and then leave you to complete it. Now with the Millie pictures, we have lots of detail within the item. You can choose to take notice of all of those details and, you know, colour in each little bit. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this one simple. Now for this shell, I'm going to use my very favourite purple. Why not? Purple Lake Deep. Okay, but any purple will do. And I'm going to just start by putting a layer on the edge, really. I'm going to not use Millie's detailing to help me. I'm just going to go for it on my own and not really use her detail in this picture. It's, you know, you can choose to do her pictures in different ways. Her detailing will still show through because I'm not going to be pressing really hard, so we'll still be able to enjoy and see it, but I'm not going to spend the time colouring in all those little bits and pieces. And I think that's a good tip, because some colouring books do have lots of tiny details and it isn't always necessary to colour each little detail in a different colour. So as I'm going around, I'm going to try and fade my colour a little bit. I'm just making sure I've got a sort of decent amount on this edge first, and then just fade it as we go towards the centre. It's a really simple technique, and all you have to do is either press lighter or do less layers. Doing less layers is better. Press lightly anyway and just do more layers on the outside. We could leave a little white, but I'm just going to go really gently, and then I'm going to have a look and I'm going to add some more layers in to emphasize that light center a little bit more. So basically I'm just going over until I'm happy that I've got the effect that I want. Now you could use several shades of purple if you wanted to. I just love this shade. I just want to use this shade because it's so pretty. But as I say, you could use several if that's if that's what you want to do. There is our snail. Okay, it's not that neat. I think I'm going to go in and neaten him up a little bit later. It's just to show you, really. Now the actual snail, you can see a few little bits of him under here. There's a few bits. So I'm going to colour that in a slightly different shade of purple. Just having a look. Do I go darker or lighter? Probably darker, actually. Go in with the Mulberry. That's a really dark one. These are Castle Art, so I don't think I said to you. And this is my 72 set. So I've got quite a good range of colour. If you don't have all of these colours, just, you know, lighter purple, darker purple, you know, go for it. See what you've got. Have fun with it. I just want to make sure that it's the same colour family, so we know it's part of the same item, but it's a different colour, so we can just distinguish between the snail and its shell. Okay, so that's the snail. Oh, excuse me sniffing, that's really nasty. And we have, let me show you, we have quite a lot of shells. Zooming out, my camera is very slow. This is symmetrical, so we have one opposite here. We also have them down here and here, 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 and here, and here, and here. So it's quite a lot. But we have other elements in the picture too. Now we have rock-looking items down here at the bottom, and we have plant-looking items and flower-looking items. What I'm going to do is the rocks, I think. Just looking. Yeah, I think I may just do the rocks in a blue. It's tempting to go grey or brown, but obviously we've done our snail in quite a bright colour. So I'm going to use, oh, I'm trying to zoom in with my mouse. Can't do that. I don't think I can, where's the bottom rock there? Hang on. I can't push my book up any further. So I'm going to do this rock here and hope that you can see. I can't see the bottom of my screen. Let me put my finger there. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm going to do this rock here. Now, if you look carefully at your picture or this picture, I don't know how well you can see. There are little circles here, and these actually continue up here. You might just see one there. So I'm going to do those the same colour as the rocks. Even though they continue up there, they're probably bubbles, but I'm just, because my rock's going to be blue, it should work. So I want to use a blue that's distinctive from purple. Okay, so I'm not going to go for one of the violets or the Delft blue. I'm going to go for more of a, yeah, let's go for this Indigo Light. I think that will work. I don't know how well you can see. So, oh, hang on. There's actually a rock up here, which you'll be able to see a little bit better. I'll be able to zoom in a tad. There we go. So this rock here, now you can see there's a pattern drawn on it again. I'm just going to ignore. Now we have this rock is overlapped by quite a few elements. We're just going to go around the edge just like we did with the snail, even though it's overlapped like this. Now, as I said before, you could use several shades of the same sort of colour. So use your darker colour here and then do a lighter one as we go further in. But I just do less layers of the same colour. Then we know we're in the same colour. It's going to look, it's going to work, it's going to look right. But if you find it difficult to do a light layer, then that might be easier for you to just use a lighter shade. You have to have a lot of pencils to do that. Because this is the Indigo Light, I assume there's a darker indigo and a normal indigo maybe that you could use. But I'm just going to do it like that. So that's my rock, and I should do the little circles. You can see some up here. Let's do a few. And I will just go around the edge. Oops. This could do with a sharpen, but anyway, we won't. And then fade it towards the centre, like that. And all the circles will be the same. There are some circles here on a leaf. I think those are part of the leaf. I'm not going to do those as circles, I'm going to do those as leaves. So that's our rocks and circles. Okay, and now I am going to there's flowers, there's leaves. I think we could introduce some green, but I want some pinks. It's Valentine's, it's a heart. I'm going to do the flowers in pink and then think about how many we've actually got, because there don't seem to be too many. Some of these pinks in this sunset are a little bit bright, brash, reddish as well. I think this one is nice. We'll go for the purple light. To me that's a pink. Okay, and we've got this flower here, which is the same as this one. So we'll do this one, and we're going to use exactly the same method. So actually ignore that fact that that centre is a little bit different, and I'm just going to colour it in the, sorry about my voice, colour it in the same way as the rest. I don't know what's going on. So around those, like that. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I've had a bit of sinusitis. I'm fine. I've been to see the doc. I've got some antibiotics. It's actually, for those of you who know that, I am recording this on the 31st of January, so a little bit in advance. I tend to get sinus problems every winter, and it doesn't really bother me, just a little bit of soreness, I can cope. You know, I'm a mum, I'm busy, I just get on with life. But this year, I started to get numbness in my face, and it worried me. I didn't know if it actually was to do with the sinuses or not, so I went to the doc, and she gave me some antibiotics. So I thought, should I be taking antibiotics? We hear all about having too much and what's going to happen and all that sort of thing, but and then my family starts saying, oh, I had really bad reactions to antibiotics and blah blah. And like, oh, but in the end, the doc said, well, I'll give you a prescription and it's up to you. The chemist will hold it for 3 weeks, so you can just get it if you want to. But I just decided, as I have it most winters and it lasts most of the winter, I just take the antibiotics and feel better, and I am feeling better, which is good news. I'm still got a day to go, I think, but my throat is a bit hoarse, but I don't know if it's related to that or not. Just too much talking. But I'm feeling really much better, but I'm having a restful day today again. I've decided to take it easy a little bit, and I'm actually doing lots of videos because that's what I love, and reducing my household chores a little bit. So I didn't clean the house this weekend. We were out as well, so I didn't really have so much time. And just taking things a little bit more slowly, which is so unlike me. I usually just rush around like a whirlwind, but it's a bit of a revelation. So there's the flower. As I say, there's another one here, and I'm thinking about where else to go with this pink, because I don't want it to be just a little bit. I'm going to zoom out, not in. Sorry. I think that's nearly the whole picture. Maybe can you see that? No. All right. So 2 flowers, and there's a bit here. I'm going to do that as a flower as well. And what I've decided is this here, and this here, and this here, I will also do in pink, because I think it will just balance out the pinks. If we only have 3, I think it won't look. And I don't know if these are supposed to be leaves, but you know, what does that matter? So those are going to be the this pink. This is quite a dark pink, and I'm thinking maybe we'll introduce a paler pink. And I rather like this sort of lavendery shade, which is slightly pinky purple. And I'm going to use that on these curly bits. What are they? Seaweed, I'm thinking. And so we have it here, and the same over here. But there's a little bit here in the middle, which you can see, and it's got the rocks behind in blue, so that's going to be an interesting one. But there's a little bit down here as well. Can you see? Down here and here. Now, because these are quite thin, I think I'm just going to colour them in a flat colour. I can't even, need to sharpen. What I'm going to do, I'll show you. So the stemmy bits are just going to be flat pink like this, okay, but where we've got, let me zoom in for you, where we've got a sort of round bulby bit, we're going to do it differently. So the stem, again, as I said, flat like this, will go up here, and when we get to this bit, we'll just do that bit a little bit darker around the edge, and then lighter down the stem, I think, like that. And the same with this one, so around here, like this, lighter in the centre and down there. Hopefully that will work. So that's all of these tangles and this bit. And I'm just going to go outwards and see whether I want to do any more in that colour. Up here, oh, you can't see, these bits up here, can you see it's just a stem and a ball? That one needs to be this colour. I shall just start me off with this so I remember what I'm doing when I finish this page. I'm not going to be finishing this page today. I'm doing quite a lot of videos today, and I'm going to finish the pictures tomorrow and take the photos because my son's home tomorrow, so I can't make videos. It distracts him from his work, and that's not fair. He's only home one day a week, as well as the weekends, of course, so it's fine. Now, let me see. I'm thinking, am I going to do the sort of leaves green or not? Because we've got all these, obviously we've got all these purples and blue colours, and do I do the leaves? Yeah, I am thinking, what colour is that? I'm undecided. Undecided? Undecided. I don't know. These two. So we've got a Cobalt Turquoise or a Teal Green Light. So some of the greeny blues. I'm thinking the Cobalt Turquoise. I think that'll work really nicely actually. So I'm going to give them a sharpen and just do one leaf. Let's do one near where there's other bits so you can see. Hang on, let's zoom in. Let's do this one here. Okay, and you'll be able to see, and you can choose. I'm not really one for doing blue leaves, but it sort of seems like it's going to work with this whole colour scheme. Now when you're finishing this and doing all the leaves, you might, there's a lot, so you might feel, I'm just trying to work out where that leaf is going. It's going down here. I don't want to accidentally colour the wrong bit. You might feel you want a few different colours for your leaves. That's fine. So choose a few different light blues if you think there's too much the same. I probably will keep at these colours because it's what I've said I'm going to do. But when you look at my finished picture, you might go, oh no, don't want that. So do it your own way. You can see this is quite a cheat way of doing Millie's book, but I think we can still see her lovely detailing through the colours, so I think it's good. And you know, you can always highlight certain areas with a darker pencil if you want to. You don't have to do it this way. I'm trying to reduce my amount of layers now to get towards the middle of the leaf, like that. As I say, I'll tidy up a little bit probably when I finish the page. So remember, these are going to be in the lighter pink, this colour, and leaves like that. And hopefully by doing it like this, when it's finished, the different elements will look, you'll be able to see them better, because when you look at this, it can look a bit of a mix of lines, and it's not always easy to pick out the elements. So if you use your colours to do that, it helps whoever's looking at your page. I'm just having a quick look to see if there's anything else that I'm going to do in a different colour, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave it like that. So these leaves and these leaves will be the same. They're right next to each other. But I think it'll work. But if you don't, do it in a different way. Have confidence and have a play with different things. Now, what my husband always says to me is, I'll buy you a new copy of the book if you ruin it, so don't worry about it. Now, I'm not keen on spending lots of money on buying multiple copies of books. Some people do. Some people keep a copy that they never colour in because it's beautiful and they just want to enjoy it. I don't do that. I just colour it in. But I know in my head that I can get a copy if I want it, and that helps me. And I don't. I've ripped one page out of one book once. Ooh. Anyway, I've told you about it before. But normally it's fine, you know, and I like looking back on my mistakes, my early work, things that weren't perfect. and just thinking, well, I've improved, I've learned, what can I learn from that? You know, it takes a certain mindset to do that, but that's how I try and think. Right, so that's me done with demoing that page. Hopefully that's given you enough to go on with, and I will finish this off tomorrow, and I will definitely get you a thumbnail picture with the finished thing so you can see how it's going to look. So that's me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that was fun and interesting, and I hope you like the colours. I think they're really pretty. And there we go. So happy Valentine's Day if you're getting prepared. It's not quite Valentine's Day yet, as far as I'm aware from where I'm going to put these videos out. But have a nice time, and happy colouring.